Hi everyone, I'm going to do a quick overview for you of how our Point Prove Explain essay organizer is going to work this school year. So this organizer is really great for pre-writing because it's going to help you map out your entire essay all in one document so that you don't have to keep going back through different pieces to piece it together when we get to the drafting phase. So this is going to be an overview of the entire document, but don't get overwhelmed because when we work on these in class, you'll just be doing pieces of it at a time each day. So you're never going to have to do this all at one time. All right. So at the top, you'll always have your prompt. My prompt was asking me, should students have bedtimes? Consider evidence from both sides of this argument and create a lesson that argues for or against bedtimes for students. Okay. So at the top, I've already filled in my PACO. By the time you get to Point Prove Explain, you will already have a completed PACO for the prompt that you're working on. We want to keep that handy. So once you have that completed PACO, you can just paste it right at the top of your PPE organizer and you'll be ready to go. So for mine, my purpose was to persuade. My audience could be a number of different people, teachers, parents, students, but that makes me aware that I need to have a formal tone when I'm writing. Okay. My content is where I'm answering that prompt. So my question was, should students have bedtimes? And I just made that into a statement for my side of the argument. And I said, students should have a bedtime because. And then my O step, the organization, we know the first paragraph is always the introduction. The fifth paragraph is always the conclusion. And then 2, 3, and 4, that's sort of going to be the meat of my essay. Those are my body paragraphs. Okay. My body paragraphs here are supporting that content. So students should have a bedtime because it can improve health, lead to higher academic success, and create healthy boundaries. Okay, so we have our PACO already filled in. The next thing on this organizer is our introductory paragraph. Okay, and that's always going to have 3 pieces. We're going to have a hook, an overview, and a thesis. Okay, I'm actually going to start with that thesis. And this is the easiest thing for me to do. I'm going to show you why. Everything that I need for this thesis statement is already done in your C and your O steps of PACO. Okay, so remember that thesis is kind of giving the central idea or the main idea of your essay and what you're going to be talking about. So for that thesis, I'm going to go straight from my content. Students should have a bedtime because, and then I'm going to list my reasons. It can improve health, comma, lead to higher academic success, comma, and create healthy boundaries. Okay, so already just from that PACO, I already have one piece of that introductory paragraph finished and ready to go. Then I can move back up to my hook. For my hook, I need to get my reader's attention quickly and then move right into what I'm going to be talking about. So for our hook, we're going to use just a 3-word hook. There are tons of different strategies you can use, but for me, this one is the easiest and it's the most beneficial. Okay, so for my hook, I just want 3 really strong adjectives that have something to do with what I'm going to be talking about. And I don't want to use the words that are already in my thesis because that would be repetitive. Okay, so I'm going to use 3 really strong words. So the words I chose are focused, routine, and rested. So those are my 3 opening words for my hook. Then for this overview, all I have to do is describe why I chose those 3 words. So I'm going to say these 3 words describe the benefits of getting enough sleep. And it's as simple as that. So in just those couple of minutes, I have crafted my entire introductory paragraph. I have my hook, I have my overview, and I have my thesis. Okay. From there, these 3 boxes will become your body paragraphs. Okay. So this one on the left will be body paragraph 1. This one in the middle will be body paragraph 2. And then this one on the right will be body paragraph 3. Okay, so for body paragraph 1, I'm just looking at this section here on the left. My topic sentence is going to come directly from that thesis statement. So for my topic sentence, I'm going to take the beginning part of my thesis and I'm going to stop after that first detail. Okay, so students should have a bedtime because it can improve health. All right, my second one's going to be similar, except I'm not going to be talking about improving health. I'm going to say because it can lead to higher academic success. Okay, so I'm taking that second reason right here. And my third one is going to be very similar, except I'm going to add in that third reason. So instead of improving health, I'm going to say because it can create healthy boundaries. Okay, so now I have all three topic sentences, and I'm ready to start fleshing out what am I going to actually talk about in those body paragraphs. So my proofs here are those topic sentences. Remember, our organizer is called point, prove, explain. Our point is our thesis, and then in our body paragraphs, we are proving it and we are explaining it. So here I need to explain how can having a bedtime improve health. So one thing I might want to focus on is that it can improve mental health. Remember, I'm just jotting down notes here. That one wasn't a sentence because this is still my pre-writing. Okay, so it can improve mental health. Maybe it can help physical health as well. Okay, you're not going to feel sick and sluggish all the time. Something else about health that I could add here would be that it can also get your brain some rest. Okay, so those are my three details that I'm going to include in that body paragraph. And then on this organizer, all that I need is a closing sentence. And sometimes that's tricky because we kind of already said everything we have to say. So all that I'm going to do for that closing sentence is I'm going to sort of change up the wording of that topic sentence just to make it sound a little bit new. So I'm going to say because it can improve health, comma, having a bedtime is important for students. Okay. You would then go through and do the same thing for your body paragraph 2 and your body paragraph 3. For today's example, I'm just going to stick with body paragraph 1. For some of you, you may only be doing one body paragraph right now, and that's totally okay. We'll build up to these additional paragraphs as we move throughout our year. Okay, down at the bottom, this is going to be our conclusion paragraph. And again, this is where a lot of us struggle. I myself struggle with the conclusion as a writer, even as an adult, because I've said everything I have to say and everything that I try to put down here ends up feeling repetitive. So we have a little formula here, X, Y, and Z. The end of the alphabet, it's going to be the end of your essay. So the X is where we're going to remix the thesis. Okay, so when we remix something, we're kind of doing like we did with this closing sentence, and we're just putting it in different words. So I'm going to do that much the same way. I'm going to start with this word because, and I'm going to list all of my reasons first. Okay, so because it can improve health, lead to higher academic success, and create healthy boundaries. I'm going to add a comma, and then I'm going to explain what happens because of that. Okay, so because it can improve health, lead to higher academic success, and create healthy boundaries, comma, having a bedtime is important. Okay, so that's all I'm going to put there. The why is where we're going to answer why is this important. So why do we care if students have a bedtime? And we're going to answer that question very plainly. We're going to start with this is important because having a set bedtime can help students grow and learn to the best of their abilities. Okay. The Z is a tricky part. It's our final statement, and the Z stands for zinger. So this is just a fun fact. When you're writing essays and you're doing all of this work, whenever your reader walks away, they're going to remember that last sentence the most. Okay, so we don't want to finish with something that says, that's all I have to say about bedtimes, right? Because that doesn't tell my reader what I really want them to know. So I need a really strong statement here that says something like, having a bedtime should be implemented for students everywhere. Okay, we don't really have control over that, but that's what we want our reader to believe. Okay, having a bedtime is important and should be implemented for all students. Okay, and it's as simple as that. I hope this video is helpful. Please feel free to go back through and pause where you need to so that you can get caught up here. This video will be available for every single essay that we write, and we can help you through these steps during class time as well. Have a great day.